Fantastic. Well, thank you so much to everyone for joining us today. It's fantastic to see so many people here. We are really excited to share the World AS Day 2025 campaign with you today. If you'd like to move to the next slide, please. Thank you. Please do mute yourself while the presentations are taking place. That would be fantastic. Thank you. And also, I know some of you have already said hello in the chat, but if you haven't yet, please drop your name and organisation and country into the chat and say hello to everyone. If you'd like to ask a question during the presentations, please, you can use your little raise hand icon or type your question into the chat. Jo's here with us today, which is brilliant. She's going to keep an eye on the chat for me, just in case I miss anything. And as you would have seen as you entered the meeting room, the meeting will be recorded and we will be potentially sharing that with people who haven't been able to attend after the meeting. So I know most of you have been with us for a while now and know World AS Day well, but for anyone who isn't familiar with World AS Day, it's an annual day dedicated to people with axial spondyloarthritis and related conditions. It's always held on the first Saturday in May after the 1st of May. So this year it will take place on the 3rd of May. And we really use it to raise awareness and spread information about AXPAR around the world. And also to connect with each other and build and strengthen our local and global community. Over the years, ASIF has used social media to raise awareness with different audiences, with raising awareness of symptoms in the hope of helping more people recognise them and gain a diagnosis sooner, raising awareness of AXPAR with healthcare professionals with the aim of improving the rate of diagnosis and the care delivered, and of giving people living with AXPAR the tools to raise awareness about the condition and the impact it has on their lives. I was going to share a table with you that has lots of statistics about the number of people who've seen our posts on different social media platforms over the last few years and how many followers we have and things. But actually, I think it's something a little bit more important to talk to you about. And that's this last year, we sort of rethought our strategy. A lot of World AS Day has always been on social media, and we know it's an amazing way to reach an international audience, but we've been driving people to the ASIF website, which is great, but we realised that we can guide people to their local patient organisations, but actually it's probably better for people living in particular countries to go directly to their local patient organisation. We know that many of our members hadn't used paid social media advertising before, or maybe didn't have the budget to be able to spend on paid social advertising media advertising. So we created the first World AS Day social media grants. Last year, we awarded 6 £500 grants to be used specifically on social media advertising to help the recipients reach more people with their World AS Day awareness campaigns. And it went really well. The number of people each organisation reached increased significantly from previous years, with some organisations reaching people who then became members of their organisations, and they've continued to develop a relationship with those individuals. This year, we've just awarded 7 grants to patient organisations in South Africa, Norway, Spain, Canada, Greece, Panama and Brazil. I know quite a few of those organisations or representatives from the organisations are here today, so that's fantastic. We're really excited to know how the grants will enable your organisations to reach more people, see the impact it really makes in raising awareness. Next slide, please. Thank you. So this year, we again have worked with our friends and colleagues at Platform, which is a creative agency that ASIF has worked with on a number of occasions, on a number of campaigns in addition to World AS Day. And I'm going to hand over to Ravi and Agat just in a few minutes. We engage the World AS Day subcommittee, which is made up of representatives from our member organisations and is led by Lilan, who I think I saw come in to the meeting. She's from Spafo in Norway and is vice chair of the ASIF board. And Prachi, who's also here from Ankylosing Spondylitis Welfare Society in India, will also be joining us as another chair of that subcommittee. The subcommittee has worked really closely with Ravi and Aga to guide and develop this year's campaign. And it's really important that we get that input from our members to ensure that the campaigns that we develop are going to work within each of the countries. As you may know, each year we've had a different theme. So previous themes have included emotional well-being, the importance of movement, and signs and symptoms. And this year it's going to be Lace Up for Axbar. And this theme will enable us to shine a spotlight on the everyday challenges of living with Axbar. For those of you who joined the ASIF Council meeting in Bogota last year, you may well remember Marco Garrido Crambera, who was with us this morning in the earlier webinar session. He's the president of CRA in Spain. He's done a lot of work with ASIF over the years. And during that meeting, he shared his shoelace concept. Now, CRA have been incredibly generous in allowing ASIF to use the concept as the basis for this year's World AS Day campaign, and we are very grateful to Marco and CRA. And I think it's really lovely to recognise the fact that ASIF really pays attention to what our members are telling us. And the fact that this year's campaign has come from an idea of one of our members is really, really exciting. And when Marco shared the story or shared the concept in Bogota, we saw how excited a lot of our members got about the concept. And so this is why we've taken it on, and the subcommittee have helped guide the development of the campaign. So now I'd like to hand over to Ravi and Aga, who will take us through the campaign. Thank you.
Thank you, Jo, very much. It's very nice to present to you all. Many of you we've presented to before. Those I haven't presented to before, it's nice to connect with you. I'm Ravi. I'm going to talk you through how we're going to help you make this the best ever World AS Day. The campaign, as Jo just described, is Lace Up for Axbar. As part of preparing for the content that we're about to share with you, I was lucky enough to spend some time with Marco and really understand the root of the idea. And he explained to me that there are many things that are an everyday challenge for people living with Axbar and related conditions. And one of those things is tying your shoelaces, and many people find it difficult. And so he wanted to take that simple idea as and create some focus around it. And this is how we get to Lace Up for Axbar. The theme this year is highlighting the everyday challenges that people with Axbar experience. And as part of this campaign, as with previous years, we're going to go through a suggested set of messages and content and toolkits and logos for you to take and really create a lot of noise. And so we're going to go over this and show you where you can find this. And right now, if you were to go to the link, asif.info/worldasday, or even just go to the homepage, you will quite quickly see that. Okay, if you wouldn't mind going to the next page. The official hashtags here are World AS Day 2025, Lace Up for Axbar, Everyday Challenges. Please use these. I know that they are in English, but what a hashtag does is it allows anyone to click a hashtag and they can see all the related content that has been shared to this. It's quite important. It doesn't prohibit you from using your local language or anything like that at all, but it will be quite nice. But as Jo spoke about earlier, the metrics that we shared were all from the ASIF main pages. We're very aware that there's a lot more noise being created around the world by you all, and this is just one of those ways that we can summarize and celebrate the impact and measure how we're doing. Each year we have been playing creatively with the dots of the World AS Day logo. You'll have seen previously we've changed colors and things, and this year we couldn't resist but to animate and make it an actual shoe eyelet lace. These types of assets are all available for you, and we do believe it's important that every year we keep the campaign fresh, and there is some eye-catching moment or something that stops people in their busy day to understand what's behind the eye-catching thing that made you stop. And we're hoping that right from the first moment, people can explore the campaign and understand what we're trying to say and how they can help. We have been, over the last 2 weeks, recording patients around the world in order to have a campaign video which will be shared with you in time. We literally have just finished filming it, and this is a video that will show from morning to night all the different types of things that during the day that a person could face a challenge, whether it's simply getting out of bed, turning the alarm clock off, putting your coat on, walking down the street, looking up, drinking out of a bottle. And this video will be available to share both in its full form and in micro content as well. There will be in English, and we can create translated versions as we have in previous years. So please just get in touch with us to do a translation. This morning, Marco has already confirmed that he will do the Spanish translation. I know, probably given the time zone, we have many people that will benefit from that. And so that one is already covered. But we're here to help and support. And this video is a different video from things we've done previously. So we hope that it helps, and we hope to help you translate it as well. So what do we mean by Lace Up for Axbar? Now, I know that you may need to adapt it slightly for your local language, but the principle is about tying your shoelace, getting your shoes on. And what we want to do is to encourage people to put some orange shoelaces on their shoes, take a photo, tell their story, share their experiences, share their challenges on social media. We have only seen people smile and get excited about the opportunity to do something like this. We were lucky enough to film 8 patients over the last 2 weeks, and they ranged from a 4-year-old child who wanted to copy her mother and she tied her shoes with orange laces, all the way up to an elderly lady in her 70s. Everybody can participate in this everywhere, and shoelaces are not very expensive. We're not encouraging you to buy the best orange laces or anything like that at all, but for a very small amount of money, people can participate in the campaign. We've suggested some messages if you do share this. We hope you do, and you can add a message however you wish, but these are just some ideas for you to share with all of your communities locally and get a lot of people behind it. It doesn't have to just be yourself or your family or your carers are doing this, or your community patients. You can, and I know one organization that has already done this, is put together a little video of tying their shoelaces to kick a football around, and have sent that video to their very famous local football team to try and get the entire football team to try and get them to tie their orange shoelaces and take a photo. So please take this concept and run with it, sorry for the pun, and raise as much awareness as we can together. Time-wise, we hope that we're catching you all early enough in your World AS Day plans. Everything is available as of now, so you can start to send out save the dates, send out the key messages, and we will be starting our messaging as well. The World AS Day is the 3rd of May, and we will be continuing support for that during the whole of May, to coincide with other activities that are happening. During this time, you can see, today is the 26th, we have our webinars. We're going to have a short session on social media, but we're open for one-to-one conversations with people. Run your campaigns, make noise. We're always here. Please get in touch with Joe if you have any questions. And we really want this year's 3rd of May World AS Day to be the best ever. We think it's a perfect opportunity, given the simple creativity of raising awareness around an everyday challenge, for you to have a lot of fun, but also to help a lot of other people as well. So, to be very clear, how can you all help the campaign? Use the campaign resources. Please download, go through them. Aga is about to go through them all with you now, so there can be no confusion or mistake about what's available. There's lots there for you all. Use the hashtags. Please feel free to adapt locally. take part in the challenge. There's no reason for any of you not to send in or upload your photo, or when you're taking part in what is about to be shared with you later in Walk Your AS Off with Sean, wear orange shoelaces, you know, you know, there's opportunities here for everyone. Share them. It doesn't have to be photos. It can be videos or text or anything. Just get the message out there. This is difficult. It's challenging. We need support. We need care. We need progress. And no one hesitate to get in touch. We feel more excitement at this stage than any other World AS Day, and we really want to make sure that that's not kept in bottles or our questions remain unanswered or anything like that at all. Set the energy free, and please take this opportunity today and afterwards to ask any questions. Let's wait for that slide to change. I'm now going to hand over to my colleague Aga, who's going to talk you through the various assets that are available for you to have a look at right now.
Thank you, Ravi. So as Ravi mentioned, we have prepared a lovely website for you for this year's campaign. It is already live, so after the meeting, if you'd like to have a look at all the assets, already start promoting, downloading resources, it's all available already for you. Let me just switch that to the website. So the website includes all the important information about the campaign, what World AS Day is. It has a little bit more information about what AXPA is, and for someone who will come to the website from the social media that they will see and they have not heard about either World AS Day before or AXPA at all, they will have a little bit of information over here that they can start off with, and then obviously browse through the whole website. And so hopefully that will be helpful for those who will just come across this for the first time. We have a little bit more information about the aim of the World AS Day, why we are doing this, why we are sharing all the information, and obviously explaining the theme. I will have the video that Ravi mentioned over here as well. The theme is explained more in detail, showing all the information about why we are doing this and about all the challenges that people are facing. There's a special section as well about this that people can take on more information about the challenges, and also if you'd like to share any more information on your social media or on your other channels, feel free to also use that information that's available here. You can copy this and adjust it to your messaging as well. We'll have it in more detail in resources as well, but just to let you know that you can also take this from here. We have included, as per every year, a section about events. Hopefully this will be nice and full in a couple of weeks. So you can go in and use a form here to submit your event. And once you do that, within the next 24 hours, your event should be here. It's both for online and in person. So we really encourage you to share your details. And if you have any extra information as well, feel free to reach out to Jo. That we can always add it in if there were any problems or anything like that. We are here to help. So yeah, you can reach out to her, and I'm sure she will solve it for you. We have more detailed information about the key messages, which are the first one is turning small actions into big conversations, just highlighting how important it is to raise awareness and to highlight the everyday challenges that people living with AXPA experience. Recognize the signs, transform lives. Early detection can change the trajectory of AXPA, so it's very important to highlight and to raise awareness about this condition. The strength in stories powering connection. So behind every photo and post lies a unique story of perseverance. By sharing personal experiences of navigating daily challenges, we connect a global community, build empathy, and inspire a greater understanding of AXPA's impact, not just on bodies, but on lives and aspirations. A movement of hope, one step at a time. Our campaign isn't just about the struggles, it's about celebrating strength, progress, and hope. Every orange lace tied and every story shared adds to the movement that highlights what's possible with the right support, awareness and care. And the last one is Together We Create Change. So this is more than a campaign, it's call to action. So by raising awareness of the unseen burden of AxSpA, we are advocating for earlier diagnosis, improvement, treatments, and better support. Together we can drive real change and create a future where no one faces these challenges alone. We hope that these key messages, highlight how important the campaign is and the whole team, and hopefully you will be able to use them as well in sharing on your channels. And then we have one of the most important sections of the website where you can find the resources that we created. We have the World AS Day logo that you can download. This is both in static form and also the animation that Ravi has presented just before. So you can use that on your posts, on your videos, together with your logo as well and all your assets. We have the campaign toolkit that has all of the information that website includes, and it has a little bit more technical information about the colors we're using, the fonts, everything that you may need when creating your assets. And it's quite useful to just have it on your device. All the resources are linked in there as well, so you have everything in that one document. The social media downloadable assets here. They are all in English. I'll show you in a moment what they look like in terms of the social media posts, covers, and all banners. These are not editable, but we have editable ones that I'll show you in a second as well. This folder will also include the videos that we mentioned earlier that are also in English, but we can translate them all to the languages that you'd like. So what we'll do, we'll prepare a document with whatever is included in that video in English, and then if you reach out to Jo, she will be able to share that with you, and you can give us your translations and we'll edit the videos and share it back with you. They will be all available for everyone. So as Ravi mentioned, Marco has volunteered to do the Spanish one, so hopefully we'll have, as soon as we have the English ones, we'll have the Spanish as well added in this folder. So you have it ready to use as well, and we'll keep adding the languages as they come. This will also include a proposed social media schedule. So as ASIF, we already will have a whole schedule for the whole campaign with copy for every single platform that we'll be using: Facebook, Instagram, X, and LinkedIn. We'll share it with you, so you can either just copy it, paste it, and use it as it is, or feel free to edit, translate it to your languages. It's just as an example for you to use it, to make it easy as well to have it with the assets. Then we have the social media posts editable in Canva. For those who have been with us for a little bit already, I think recognize that as we have been using it for a couple of years now. So all the assets that we have that can be edited are in Canva in the format that you can just go in and basically just click on whatever assets you'd like to edit and then just change it for yourself. The only important part is that there's a little instructions at the top over here. You will just need to go into File and make a copy of this whole project, and from that moment you will be able to edit that as you wish. This one is just view only, as we don't want people to get confused with all the different languages and assets being changed. So this one is only in English as a base, and then you can just copy that and edit from there. We have all the posts that we will be using as well in here. As you can see, the little elements of orange shoelaces are here. We have carousels with images of the patients that we filmed over here. So feel free to use them, edit them. You can take the elements of those as well, and add them to your posts if you already have things created. We hope that this will be very useful for you and very easy. But if you have any questions, if there will be any trouble with that, please feel free to reach out again, and we're here to help in case there are any issues. And the last thing,
Aga, sorry, I'm just going to stop you there. I just seen Luris, you've just raised your hand. Do you have a question?
Thank you. Sorry, I can see
Yes,
that.
yes.
Oh, good.
Yes.
Sorry.
My question is that because we don't have an in-house creative, and we do have a branding which the colors are like red, blue, and turquoise. We wanted to know if we could, I mean, at least to adapt those colors, because it will look very off with our branding. That orange, which is beautiful, but orange with red and blue might not be very good. So the question is that can we adapt that to match our branding and have the color of the AWAS day in that, I mean, in the orange. I mean, can we adapt that so it will match?
Yeah.
Or else
So,
it's going to be off.
Well, thank you for the question, Norris. It's a really good one. I mean, our preference would be obviously to keep the branding as is, and for you to add your logo potentially to it. However, we know that some of you have particularly strong branding, etc. And at the end of the day, we want this campaign to be used. That's the most important thing. And ideally, the messages will be consistent. We're all saying the same thing. We're using the same key messages. If you need to tweak it, then tweak it. The assets are freely available to you, and obviously they're on Canva, so you can edit them. As I say, our preference would be that you add your logo and do it that way. But if you need to change some of the colors and things, they are editable, and they've been set up specifically so that we want people to use them as much as possible. I'd much prefer that you edited it so that it can be used, so that you actually use it.
I think I'll add the only element that you won't be able to change, I don't think, is on animation where the orange laces are being used. But I don't think that will be too much of a conflict here.
And also, we already have identified at least 2 patients with spondylitis, and then what we wanted to introduce is like a testimonial of these patients.
Fantastic.
One of them is a singer, so that's also another thing that I wanted to ask, because we might be. I mean, we already are in the talks, and this is a singer, and he won a contest very recently. He's not in remission, but at least to show that life is possible even with that. So I'm wondering if we could even adjust a little bit the campaign with these specifics, if that wouldn't interfere.
Actually, that your strategy fits perfectly, because we're encouraging storytelling to be told, as well as stories of hope and inspiration. I think that there's no change required to the campaign. You can simply do it and link it to the messages, that within the messages that Aga went through. I think there's one definite one that fits with. And you should definitely do it. And also something special like this, where people from different countries may well recognize the music artist, then please do use the hashtags, because they can also celebrate and share as well, and also make sure the singer themselves shares it, because I'm sure they will have a large population on social media that will be paying attention. So it sounds lovely, and I don't think it's a conflict at all, and fully embrace the idea of everyone trying to get as many people involved, whether it is a story of challenges or a story of overcoming challenges. They're all welcome.
Absolutely. And I think on that, one of the things that Ravi was talking about earlier with the lace up challenge, we've got some example copy that you can use. If you could get the singer to tie their shoelaces, get a photograph of a video of something of them doing that would also tie in beautifully. If they don't want to do that, then no worries at all, but it could be a suggested idea. And if anyone has any higher profile people or any particular posts that you think are really strong, let me know. I mean, I'll obviously see a lot that is being posted around the world, but I may miss some things. I might not see everything. So if there's something in particular that you think would be of interest to others, please drop me an email, let me know, and then I'll make sure that I share it through our channels as well. Thank you, Doris. Does that answer your questions?
No, thank you. That will be it. Thank you.
Great. Thank you.
Thank you. So just finishing off with the resources, we also have the covers and website banners and email footers, the same in a few different sizes available on Canva that you can also download and edit as you wish. There are a few options for each of the size. So hopefully you will find it useful. The last section of the website touches on how you can get involved. Ravi already explained the challenge. The copy is here. It will also be included in the social media schedule. It's just a simple suggestion, but we just wanted to make it easier for everyone as well if they just want to quickly snap a picture on a video and just share it on the social media with the hashtags. Be present on social media. As we mentioned, we are following all the hashtags and we love seeing everyone coming together and sharing their posts, especially on World AS Day. We follow everything, we see everything. So and in the end, at the end of the campaign, we always try to do a summary of all the pictures and videos and things that people have created throughout the campaign. As Joe mentioned, if you have something special, if you create any events during the day, if you have any videos, pictures, please feel free to share it with us. We would love to see them. We'd love to include them in the summary as well. To share how the campaign is going, how global it is. Get in touch with your local patient organizations. That's obviously more for the patients and for people who will be with all the members that people can find, join an event or host your own. Again, we really encourage you to add into the global events using the form or contacting us directly. And please use the resources that are available. We have a little bit more information about the Global Summit and Walk Your ASIF, but I will give way more information in a moment as well. And then, just a little bit more information about how to get in touch. So that's our website and all the resources. We have it linked as well. I'm not sure if Joe will be sharing that later on or not, but anyway, everything is linked in here and on the website. We made sure that everything is linked basically everywhere. So wherever you go, you just download it and have it ready for you. The social media posts, here are some examples that you will be able to see on Canva. We have some single posts. We have some lovely carousels that are connected with the shoelaces. Feel free to edit that as well. Use the assets as you'd like, and the website banners and covers all available for you to use. And again, please feel free to share your events using the form or reaching out to us. We would love to hear from you. So I think that's all from the resources side. I think I'll give it back to Joe to touch on a bit more, and happy to hear your questions as well.
Thank you so much, Aga. That's great. If anyone does have any questions at this stage, please either raise your hand or unmute yourself or put a question into the chat. We're really, as Aga and Ravi have said, we're really keen to make sure that we do everything we can to help you and support you in using the campaign. We've created it, but we can't do everything, and we want to make sure that we're giving you the tools to be able to raise as much awareness worldwide as possible. If there aren't any questions at this stage, that's great. We may before we do, I actually had a question for you who are attending. Aga mentioned that we have created a spreadsheet which will have the content for social media content, and we are focusing on Instagram, Facebook, X and LinkedIn. I know that there is a movement from a lot of organizations, or some organizations, to go to leave X and go to Blue Sky or other social media platforms. I'd be really interested if anyone has made that move, or if they're finding Blue Sky is a new platform that they're using, then please do let us know, and we'll make sure that we've got that content available, or make sure that we're including that as part of the campaign as well. I can see, I'm sorry, I can't see who it is, but someone's got their hand up. Sorry, I can't see, the name's not coming up there. Yeah. Hi, sorry, I can't.
Good morning.
Good morning.
It's Maciel.
Oh,
It's
Maciel,
Maciel.
I'm sorry, Maciel, I couldn't. Yeah, your name hasn't come up. I wasn't sure who it was. It's lovely to hear your voice.
Yeah, thank you. I am using another because my computer has something, and then I have to get in by my phone, and with my corporate name. That my that's why. Sorry for that. But I am here. Thank you for all the information that we received today. Is so great. But I just have a little bit question about my, we in Panama, some people speak English, but most of the people that has the issue can just speak Spanish.
Yep.
So I am just asking if I know you're gonna translate in our language as well. Depends on the country. I hear it before, but for example, I see by FUNAR the campaign, okay, and then I place the ASIF website, or like the information about you, so the person can go in and see more information about the campaign. Is it possible that your pages also have like some in Spanish? I'm just asking.
Yeah, no, absolutely, and that's a really great question. So I guess there's two parts to my answer to that. One is that as a patient organization, we'd really encourage you to direct people to your own website, because that's going to have information that is relevant to your local communities. So feel free not to direct people to the ASIF website, direct them to your own websites. I think that's quite a important point. When people do come to our website, we do have a functionality as part of the website. Aga, I'm just wondering whether you could scroll across the website and just show, so yes. So people can automatically translate the content. So if you see up in the top right hand corner there, languages, so they can just choose whichever language, and it automatically will translate.
Oh, that's perfect. That's what I want to know. Just because people have some curiosity to see more information that what we say here in our page, that people will they want to know more,
Yeah.
and then they can go directly to the ASIF page. So it's perfect. It's so perfect. Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, you're very welcome. You're very, very welcome. And Loris, I can see your hands raised again. Can I?
Yeah, as the same thing we did last year. I mean, we can definitely translate that into Spanish in Canva, and then you can share that for the Spanish speaking patients. So I mean, we're very glad to do that as well.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Loris. We had a great offer from Marco this morning saying that he will translate into Spanish. So depending on whether it's easier for you to do a direct translation from English into Latin American Spanish, or whether it's easier for you to use Marco's translation in sort of European Spanish, and then make those tweaks, it may be quicker for you.
Yeah, it's easier to use the English to Spanish in Latin America, because even though we do speak Spanish, the way we speak is different.
Okay,
and it's a completely different point of view. So yeah, and the words might not mean the same thing. So I mean, we
Absolutely.
can do that for the Spanish, Latin American Spanish, and then, I mean, the more the merrier, right?
Absolutely wonderful, Loris. And if you're happy to do the translations, we'll add them to the files, and then other countries and organizations can then use those translation. One of the things that we want to avoid is duplication. So we don't want every organization in each country translate, or in each language translating, spending the time translating. So if we've got an organization that's happy to do that for everyone, that would be wonderful. And we're very grateful for that. Thank you.
There's a related point in the chat from
Oh,
the
sorry.
Algerian team as well, and the same thing applies. We're happy if you can provide the translation, we can update things for you, whether it's Arabic or French. We definitely. I mean, it's obviously difficult and hugely expensive if we did every language from the start. So we do it this way to try and make sure that things are kept economic. But definitely, we're here to support all of those translations.
Wonderful. Ravi, thank you for spotting that. Natalia, I think you have a question.
Hi, everyone. We haven't seen each other in a while.
It's great to see you.
Thank you, everyone, for the invitation to be here again. I just wanted to add that if anyone needs help with the translation to Spanish, or even if Wanda needs translation with Portuguese, I'm happy to help. We know that South America and Latin America is kind of big. So Caribbean and the South Cone and Andean, we don't speak the same Spanish, even if we speak the same Spanish. So if anyone needs help with that, I like speaking a lot of languages, so be free to ask me. Just
Brilliant.
Thank you. That's really kind of you. That's very generous. Thank you so much. This is what I love about this community, is the fact that everyone is willing to collaborate and help each other. It's a really incredible community that we're part of. So thank you. Okay, if Maciel, I think you still have your hand up, but I'm not sure if that's just that you haven't put it down, or if you have another question.
No, I'm ready. Thank you for everything. I don't know how to take it out.
That's fine. I just didn't want you to think I was ignoring you. Wonderful. Thank you.
My phone, I don't know how to do it, so that's why.
Okay. I can't see any other questions. If there are, then please shout it out. But otherwise, we might move to the next presentation, if that's okay, Aga. So we are going to play, no, we're not going to play this video. Sorry, I was getting confused. I think, Christine, you're going to speak live. You very kindly recorded the video for us this morning, because Christine's with the SAA in the US, and it would have been the middle of her night. So maybe if I can hand over to Christine. Are you there?
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, we can now. Perfect.
Yeah, okay. Hi, everyone. I'm the Associate Director of Programs at the Spondylitis Association of America, and I'm really happy to be here with ASIF and this incredible community to share news about our upcoming 2025 Global Spondyloarthritis Summit. It's happening on May 2nd and 3rd. It's a 2-day event, and this year's theme for the topics is comorbidities of spondyloarthritis. And we're showcasing how SPA affects more than just the joints. It's connected to other health issues. And the event's going to be free. It's bringing together leading experts, researchers, and patient advocates to offer insights and strategies to help you better understand and manage your health. Topics will include an overview of SPA, bone health and osteoporosis, IBD and gut health, pain and fatigue management, uveitis and eye health, heart health and cardiovascular risks, mental well-being, and skin conditions. And then, of course, we're going to wrap up the second day with the latest research breakthroughs. So we're excited to do this, and then we will have an interactive Q&A session after every presentation, which is an opportunity for attendees to ask questions to the speakers to get answered. And then each morning we'll kick off the event with movement sessions tailored for spondyloarthritis, including yoga and somatic movement on the second day. It's designed to improve flexibility and relieve tension. It's just a great opportunity for everyone to connect with others in the global spondyloarthritis community. And then if you haven't attended one of our summits, we have a really beautiful virtual event platform that we use where it feels like you're at an actual conference. It has an exhibit hall where we will feature companies, organizations that are willing to give out resources, some valuable resources to attendees who might need that. So it's for anybody newly diagnosed or has been living with SPA for years. It's a great opportunity to get as much information as you can from the speakers that we have lined up. And you could register now for this event at spondyloarthritissummit2025.vfairs.com. I can put the website in the chat if you guys like, but it will also be on the ASIF website that Joe just shared with us. So it's already up there, it looks like, I noticed. We appreciate that. So thank you for sharing the information for the summit. And please share this opportunity with everyone and help spread the word. And that's our main goal. So if anybody has any questions, I'd be happy to answer them.
Thank you so much, Christine. I just want to add that for anyone who hasn't attended the Global Summit in previous years, it's such a fantastic event. The content's always amazing. It's directed, at patients, and we will certainly be promoting it through our ASIF channels. We really encourage you as our members and other organisations to promote it to your local communities and encourage people to join.
Thank you.
No worries at all. Thank you for joining us. I can't see any questions, so we might move on to Sean, who is going to talk to us about Walk Your ASIF. And Sean created a video for us for this morning. Are you happy for us to play that video now, Sean, or did you want to speak?
Oh, I can talk.
Okay, fantastic.
I'm a talker. Yeah.
Thank you.
Can everybody hear
Wonderful.
me?
Absolutely.
Okay. Hey, the World AS Day campaign is absolutely stunning. So great job. It's so beautiful. It's in the SEA colors, so we got lucky on that one. We don't have to adjust in Canva. Hey, I'm putting a couple of links in the chat. One of them goes right to the Walk Your AS Off page. And the other one goes to our store. Hold on one second. Too many windows. Here we go. There we go. I put that in there. So SAA took over the beautiful Walk Your AS Off event that Jenna started many years ago. And she worked closely with us last year. And our whole team worked on the step counter to really clean it up and make it work great. And it's beautifully embedded into our SAA website. All you have to do is log in or register to our website. And when your dashboard pops up, you just scroll down and it literally says My Steps. You click on that and you go in. And if you've walked with us before, you'll be in there. If you're on a team, you'll be already connected. And if you're not on a team, a pop-up will show up and say, would you like to join a team? And you can, or you can create one. So all those options are there. And for those in North America, we are, well, anywhere in the world, but definitely North America, we are doing a fundraising campaign along with it, which is, they're not actually embedded. They're sort of side by side. If anyone logs in, you'll see they're side by side in our dashboard on the SAA website. We've had great response to folks fundraising for us. We've never really used it as a fundraiser per se, but we're sort of changing it since now we're kind of responsible for it. Where it's not required, it's optional for everybody. The reason I'm bringing it up is, and I know we're international right here, but for folks who do fundraise for us, I'm sending out shirts. Yay! So we have a sort of evergreen shirt that's only available to folks who support us through a donation. On the store, we do have the 2025 Walk Your AS Off shirt, which is available obviously to anyone. And we will be making a small run of them to reward for incentives and prizes along the way. Nothing's changed with June. We'll still be pulling stats and announcing winners for steppers and teams. We're still doing a Million Step Challenge, which is the full year with medals at the end of the year. So we really, really want to encourage everyone to use the step counter and participate in the walk year round. And we know that April, May is the big time where people get up teams, and it ties in so beautifully with World AS Day. But we hope you'll walk all year with us. I am. And putting steps in, super easy. You don't have to do them daily. I can't stand that stuff. So I'm doing it like, you could do it weekly, you could do it monthly, you could do it retroactively. It's totally fine. We will be sending out a hard date for making sure everyone's steps are in so that we can do the good work and announce the winners and all that. It'll probably be the last day of May. So folks will have to sort of possibly project in the future, like how many steps they're going to have. And I will tell everybody all this as we go. But we're trying to like really end at the end of May because it makes our reporting a lot easier. If we're still pulling them steps for weeks, it's going to get kind of confusing. And there's postage and we're mailing things out. We're also going to be sending out swag and stuff for steppers each month and so on. We've got these really great bracelets. They just came in. And for Joe, we just got word that our shoelaces are in the mail.
Wonderful.
Yeah, they're beautiful. They're branded. We chose a brighter orange. We had sort of a pumpkin and kind of a neon orange. And strangely, the neon orange worked much better. And it's branded with SAA. They'll be for sale in the store. We'll also be sending those out as incentives. I know, again, we're international. I'm not expecting everyone to walk around with SAA shoelaces, but we are able to send them through through the office. But we can talk about that. Joe, I know I'm sort of rambling. I'm just excited about the walk. Anything else I'm missing?
Wonderful. I think you've covered everything, Sean. That's absolutely fantastic. And thank you for mentioning about the fact that you will be selling the shoelaces, and that's something that's obviously open to all organizations, all of our member organizations. If you want to purchase some shoelaces and send them out to your members, or have them available to buy if you have an online store, fantastic. If you haven't, that's okay too. There's loads of places people can get really inexpensive orange shoelaces. I mean, not to name any names, but there's a large international store that I'm sure we're all familiar with that deliver very quickly. So there's lots of different opportunities there, and we hope that many of your own members will be happy to spend a small amount of money to buy their orange shoelaces, and then take the photographs, as Ravi was talking about earlier, take the videos of them doing their laces up and sharing that on social media. They don't have to be orange, but obviously it ties in quite nicely if the laces are. So thank you so much.
You're welcome. Ours turned out really beautiful, and our office manager did a great job designing both the bracelets and the shoelaces. And just for everyone, if you do go this route, just to do a quick incentive in your own your own logos or whatever, I gotta tell you, this turnaround was fast. The quality is really nice. There are so many good vendors out there. I'm willing to share I know I'm North America, but if anyone's interested in mine, you know what? I'll pop my email in the chat. If you have any questions about the walk, if anyone's confused, they can't sign up, I have the power to fix things. So I'd rather people talk to me than grumble that, it doesn't work. It totally works. You just might need me.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Sean. I really appreciate you and Christine both taking the time to join us and share the information about those two events with us. Aga, if you can go back to the slides for a second, that would be wonderful. Thank you. So I just wanted to go back and say a huge thank you to our World AS Day subcommittee, who along with Platform have created this campaign. We're really grateful for the time and effort that each one of you have put into attending meetings and giving your input. And again, I also want to say thank you again to Marco and Ciara for sharing the idea of their campaign and working with us to grow and develop it so that it's going to work as well as it is for this year's campaign. Next slide, please, Aga. Also, importantly, I really want to acknowledge the support of our industry partners, some of whom are here today, and we had quite a few join us in this morning's webinar. Please let me know if there's anything that I can do to help you with your World AS Day activities. I know I've got meetings with a couple of you. Reach out. I'm happy to jump on a call if there's anything that we can do to work with you or help you raise awareness about World AS Day during the campaign. Then just please let me know. We're really happy to help you. Thank you. I don't know if there are any other last questions before we move on to the sort of last part of the webinar. Please, as I say, unmute yourself or raise your hand. If anyone has got any questions, then just jump in. But in the meantime, the second part of this webinar will be a short demonstration on how to use paid social media advertising that Aga's going to run for us in just a minute. I know not all of you it won't be relevant to all of you, and for those people who are going to drop off now, we're really grateful for you attending today. It has been fantastic to share the campaign with you. Please let us know if there's anything that we can do to help, and good luck with your own campaign. So thank you very much. And for those of you who are staying, fantastic. I will hand over to Aga now, and just in the last 15 minutes, she will go through quickly the social media advertising. Please remember that we're happy to jump on another call if you've got questions about paid social media advertising. Obviously, for those of you who got the social media grants, then we will help you every step of the way. But for anyone else as well, we're really happy to jump on a call if you've got any questions, if you need a little bit of help with knowing what to do and how to handle it. But now I'll hand over to Aga. Thank you.
Thank you, Jo. So we created this short presentation to talk a little bit about social media and advertising. I know it's a very, very large topic, and we tried to condense it. So as Jo said, we can always have another call. Feel free to email us as well if you have any questions. We know that it can be quite overwhelming sometimes, and especially when sometimes you're just alone with all of those tasks. So we'll try to help you with that as well. So I'll just skim through some of the slides. Why social media is important. It is a very powerful tool for an organization, especially when it comes to supporting patients and raising awareness. By having an active presence online, we can make it very easy for people to find the organizations, access all the resources, connect with each other, with the supportive community. It also helps help build trust and reach out to reach your fundraising goals, and also attract staff and volunteers and new members. You can use social media in many ways to engage, but the two basic ones are organic and paid. Organic is just with posting, commenting, engaging, sharing. It has a little bit of less control of who's seeing your post, rather than paid, when you will actually have option to promote, target to a specific group of people and go outside of those who follow you. Organic obviously means that you won't have as many analytics and reports as if you would say when creating paid advertising, and it obviously gives the paid advertising also gives you a little bit more flexibility in terms of who will see your posts, and what data and what measurements you can get that from. There are some organic practices that you can use anyway to make sure that your social media are engaging and keep reaching wider audience. Definitely one of them is consistent content creation. If you have your branding make sure to you always use it to make it all consistent and visible, so people straight away will see that, oh yeah, that's the organization that I've seen over my social media. They will be engaging more. Interact with your audience by liking, commenting, sharing posts, especially right after you publish, to increase visibility of those posts. Optimize your profile, so keep it updated with clear contact information, all the links, all the resources. You can use pinned posts, especially for Instagram. So when you have an event or something very important, you can highlight that at the top to make sure that people see that straight away. Share patient stories, tips, and informative content throughout your channels. Feel free to also collaborate with influencer patients, other organizations, to share between each other as well and to extend that reach. And social media has so many tools, so many different platforms, got different things and content that you can post. Try to use and utilize all of those posts, quizzes, hashtags, stories, reels, videos are now one of the best ways to communicate with people. Sometimes even a few seconds can make a big difference when posting. So yeah, we encourage you to do that. So there are different platforms. We're not going to touch on all of those, and for the purpose of this, we'll mainly focus on meta platforms, which are Facebook and Instagram, which are kind of the most common to use when advertising. They're quite easy to advertise, to boost your posts. They don't require a large budget. They don't require any special permissions. They are free as well in terms of using the platforms to advertise. For X, formerly Twitter, the rules are changing quite a lot. I think it was like 1 or 2 years ago, they introduced a paid option. So at the moment, if you don't have that, you won't be able to advertise. It is not very expensive. I think it's about $8 or $9 per month that you pay for this blue verification by your username as well. It may be useful even to have that as well out there, but yeah, without that you won't be able to advertise. A little bit more tricky at the moment. LinkedIn is another platform that is a little bit more a little bit harder to advertise on. It requires larger budgets, a little bit more advanced and targeting. So but it is out there, it is easy to use. You don't have to have any special verification to advertise as well over there. And then TikTok is ruling out more and more options to advertise as well. It is quite easy over there. It doesn't require a large budget, and it's you can create a business profile out there and try advertising on that platform too. For advertising, there are some key features that are very important when it comes to paid advertising. One of them is the objectives. So you can create your ad in mind with the goal that you are trying to reach. For example, for World AS Day, we usually want people to go to the website, so we choose traffic. But if you, for example, want people to interact more with your post, you can choose engagement. There are many more that you can choose from as well. As I mentioned, there is real-time data on reach, impressions, all the analytics. You can monitor that in real time, download all the reports. So the analytics are really great. There is quite a precise targeting involved, so you can target with age, gender, location, and also interest and behaviors. With that, it becomes a little bit tricky for meta platforms, because a couple of years ago they did remove an option of targeting anything to do with health or healthcare, apart from like very generic words or job roles and things like this, professionals. So something like simple as back pain that used to we were able to use those keywords. Now it's not possible at all. We'll try to go around it, and hopefully it will change a little bit again. But at the moment it's quite narrow. But targeting is still there. You can use the location. I'll show that in a minute. You can use many different formats. You can use images, videos, carousels to create your ads. And then it has very flexible budgeting, so you do not have to worry that it's going to go over your budget and you're going to spend hundreds and hundreds. If you're going to set your budget, even for as low as 10, 20, 30 pounds or euros, if you set that limit, it's not going to go over it, and you can monitor in real time and then decide if you want to, add a little bit more or create something else or change some targeting or objectives to, boost it even more. So you don't have to worry about budgeting. It doesn't require you to spend, a certain amount. There are some risks and challenges, and I just wanted to touch on a few of those. For social media channels, they do change their policy and conditions, terms and conditions quite often. It may happen even while you're running some ads, some campaigns. So it is, if something goes wrong, if something is not working for you, and it was working before, it means that, they have decided to change the terms and conditions. Many times they do not advise that upfront. So sometimes it just happens overnight. And recently, I think Meta has again said that they will loosen those rules regarding the advertising. So we may see some changes again, and maybe we'll be able to use some of the keywords that we couldn't use before. There might be some issues with when you are setting up accounts. We have stumbled upon that problem before. There are ways to fix it. So, for example, sometimes it happens that someone started your page way before, like 10 years ago. Let's say they left your organization, and we don't have access to it, and there are things that are blocked, not allowing you to advertise. Meta is quite good with support. So if you are having issues like that, let us know as well. We'll try to help you or guide you on how to do that. And then each ad needs to be verified and approved by Meta, which can take up to 48 hours. This is okay if you just want to start an ad and test it out. But if you wanted to do something very specific, let's say for World AS Day itself, you can schedule ads in advance, and we really encourage you to do so. So you're not going to end up in in this weird space when you are waiting for them to approve it, and the day is almost over. The ad won't give you the results that you wanted. So yeah, keep in mind. Usually it happens way quicker, but just to be sure that that. So things you need to remember, remember to have your social media account set up, update your profile, connect all the profiles with each other as well. Add people from your organization so they can help you with that. When you have a business profile, you can add as many as you'd like, and you can assign the roles to them. Make sure you have your card on file so the ads will start without any problems. Have your content ready and scheduled. It's always useful to have a content calendar, as we will have within the resources for you to use. And think about your target audience and how you want what your goals are for the campaign. So as I said, we'll touch on Meta platforms, and I'll show you an example of how to create ads in a very simple way. There are different ways to do it, more advanced ways to do it, and maybe some of you already, now know how to simply boost the post. And if you want to know more, or if you have any more questions and we won't be able to answer them today, we can jump on a different call and definitely go through that. So for Facebook and Instagram, there is a platform that Meta has created called Meta Business Suite. If you have a business page on Facebook, you should have access to that. It's completely free. If you connect your Instagram as well together, you will have a view of both of those accounts from this page. You will be able to not only advertise on here, but you can see the planner. You can plan the content in advance. You don't need any third party paid softwares or anything like that. You can plan everything. You will be able to see the insights, see the inbox for both of the accounts. So if you have a number of people working on social media in your organization, you will be able to share that workload and answering the inbox and all the comments in one place. And then finally we can advertise from that place. So to see the ads and to advertise, you just need to go in to the ads tab. You will be able to see if you previously advertised all the ads that are here. There is a tool called Ads Manager that is the advanced version of that that you can also use. It is all connected, so if you do an ad here and then in the future want to use the manager, the ad will still be there and the other way around. Meta has quite a lot of useful resources as well that you can go through. They have it even linked here if you wanted to look into that more advanced version of creating ads. But then from here only, you can go in, you can click create ad to start your first ad. For the purpose of this example, we will use boost content as our goal and objective. So in this part, you can see all the Instagram and Facebook posts that were posted already on your channels, and you can use that to boost one of those posts. It is a great way to do it, as a simple way to do it, because then all the engagement, all the views, everything will focus on that one post, so you won't have any two different assets running at the same time. So when boosting that post, you will have all the results on your page in one place. So let's say we want to boost one of the posts from here. We click over here, and then we should be able to. Sorry for that. Should be able to create the ad. So always make sure to have a correct account select up here as well. Sometimes it changes automatically to something different or your personal one. Then we have an option to set the goal. Sometimes Facebook is suggesting things and they might be correct for you, but you can always change that over here. There are different goals. Some of them are more applicable to sales, to shops. For us, I think the best ones and the common ones are the website visitors and get more engagement. So depending on which goal you'd like to reach, you can choose one of those. We'll stay with website visitors. As you can see here, you cannot really change the text because we chose an ad that the post that was already published. But if you create an ad from scratch, it will actually allow you to add the text and to add the images and everything to do with that. Then if we scroll down, we'll be able to choose an audience. If you advertised before and if you have an audience already created on your profile, you will be able to see it here. If not, you can create a new one. So just go in over here, and then you can choose a gender of your targeted audience. You can choose the age, so you can just move that around to select the age that you'd like to target. Then we have location. For me, it's Poland because I'm based in Poland, but you can type in any location that you want and it will pop up here. You can even, target specific addresses, regions, or whole countries. You can have a couple of countries added to that list, or you can just have one location here. And then we go into the detailed targeting that I mentioned before that has become a little bit more limited for us. There are options that you can just browse through and see the catalog of all the ones that are available to choose from. You can choose through demographic, interest, or behaviors, and just go in and you can select as many as you'd like, tapping in through, just clicking on one of those little tick boxes, or you can go in and type in, for example, well-being, and just, keep adding. If you have any keywords in mind and you won't be able to find them here, like I said earlier, and the back pain is not there. It's just not going to allow you to add it in. So once you add all your interest in here, you can go in and save that audience over here. It will add to the long list that we have over here. You can just find it on your list, select it, and you will be able to see it here. You can, if you make any mistakes, if you want to change something, you can always go back and edit that. And then once you have it saved, every time you create an ad and you want to use the same audience, you can just select that. You don't have to go through the process again. You can schedule the ad for the same day. So if you want to start running whenever it's going to be approved, you can just leave the day and time here as it was already pre-added, or you can go in and schedule that to choose the date that you want the ad to start. You can choose the duration. Usually it's gonna, suggest that the ad should be running for 4 more days. But if you want to have it running for only World AS Day, if you have a message saying Happy World AS Day, it's fine as well. It's going to give you nice results too. And then we can choose the budget. You can move this around or type it in and change it. It is a total budget, and it will give you a little bit of an estimate of how many people will be reached per day. But you can also see that up here with a little bit more information on estimation of the link clicks or the engagement if you choose a different goal, and then the total budget, and that's here. So it's definitely not going to exceed the budget that you will see here, within the total. Then you can choose the placement. Obviously for this one, because we chose Facebook, you can choose either Facebook or Messenger or just one of them. Messenger is not something that you really need to do, but obviously you can keep it, selected as well. And the Metapixel is an add-on that you can set up on your profile as well. That is just collecting the data and then allows you to create a little bit more targeted ads later on. If you have that, then keep it active. And then we have the payment method. Make sure you have that added in. If you haven't added one, there will be an option to add it here, or if there's something that you don't recognize that someone added to your profile, you can always change it as well. So once everything in here is completed, we can schedule our ad. It's going to show up on your profile. It's going to be marked as in review. So as I said, it may take up to 48 hours, but it takes way less than that. So then if you go back to your profile, you will be able to see that that ad being added to the list once it goes through that process. And then you will be able to see all the results and all the insights while it's running, and also when it is finished. You can always edit that while it's running. You can make it longer if you like the results and add on a little bit more budget as well. Unfortunately, Meta has decided not to work with us today, so I won't be able to show you that. But yeah, it's going to be on the list for you on your profile over here. Yeah, so that's all regarding the advertising. Please feel free to let us know if you have any questions. We'll be happy to share that.
Thank you so much, Aga. That was fantastic. And as we've said earlier, if there's anything in terms of social media advertising that I got covered, or that's on a different platform, or anything like that that you would like some additional support with, or you'd like to just run through, drop me a note, drop me an email, and we can organise a time to do a one-on-one or a small group session if we need to do that. If there's, I know we're a couple of minutes over. I really appreciate you you all hanging on to the end. So thank you so much. Thank you again, everyone. We really wish you a wonderful World AS Day campaign, and we really look forward to seeing how each of your organisations uses the assets and seeing it come to life. So thank you for joining us. Thank you so much to all of our speakers, and for everyone, the work that everyone's put into the campaign, and we'll look forward to seeing you again soon.
Thank you.